Right, let's talk about home building, the correct approach to home building. You'd want to build so that you raise equity, as opposed to just building so that you find a place to shelter you from natural elements. That's not like the correct motive of home building. So you'd want to build so that you raise equity or you add value, because that value is what is important. In monetary terms, when you build something, it's worth more when you sell it. So it then brings in this aspect of the correct location to build. Gone are the days when people were building out of fear of unknown circumstances. Like back then, when people would build, they would be building so that they have got a safety net of some unknown circumstances. So as such, it was something that was taking a lot of money from the people. But the correct way to do it is to build it with a motive of raising equity or the motive of making it profitable. So how do you do that? Firstly, you need to build on titled land. Then that makes the whole process a bankable project. If ever you then need some money in the future, be it to start a business or to do something, you can then approach any financial institution and they can give you the cash that you need, right? Bonding the project or the building to that. There's nothing wrong with that, because you need to generate cash flow. So you have to build on titled land. So that makes the whole process profitable. If you build for the sake of just living into a house, that's not a very comfortable place or a very comfortable route. It's not profitable at all. You need to build so that you can generate at least some cash flow. And that also brings in the idea of what type of buildings will you then be focusing at. I take a house as like a hospital. Whenever you are sick, you don't buy the hospital. You go into the hospital until you have recovered and you move out of the hospital. And what you are doing in the hospital is that you are renting a bed, you are renting a room. So I approach home building with the same approach. When you build your house, it's something for you to stay in. So it doesn't matter whether you own it or you rent it. What is important is whatever building you have built, is it bringing you profit? Is it generating cash flow? So now, then, with that being said, it means that homes become overrated. Rather, you build rental units, rental apartments, because those will generate cash flow. Rather, you build commercial spaces, office blocks, warehousing facilities, factory buildings. Those will generate good cash flow. Even if you look at it, there is what is called serviced rooms. And in layman's terms, these are what we call lodges. Those are serviced rooms. Those will make you a lot of profit per square meter. But the funny thing is, the same amount that you use to build a house to live in is probably the same amount that you can use to build an apartment. But the house does not have any cash flow. But an apartment does have cash flow. You see now? So if you build the correct type of buildings that generate good cash flow, you realize that after a certain period of time, you can as well buy your retirement home free of charge. And what do I mean by free of charge? The buildings that you have built first will generate a lot of cash flow, such that when you are now building your retirement home, you don't need to strain. You are not taking money from your savings, you are not taking money from your business, but it's something that would then happen effortlessly because you would have built cash flow generating projects, and those ones tend to have a higher equity as well. So this would be my tip in as far as home building is concerned. So on that note, I'll catch you on the next one.